On June 14, 2015, police in Greene County, Missouri, discovered the body of Claudine D.D. Blanchard inside her small pink house. She was found face down in bed, stabbed multiple times, lying in a pool of blood. Her daughter, Gypsy Rose Blanchard, was nowhere to be found. The wheelchair that Gypsy supposedly relied on for her entire life was also missing. The first thought was that Gypsy, a disabled and mentally challenged young woman, had been kidnapped. Friends and neighbors were terrified. The police issued a nationwide alert. But just hours later, Gypsy was found safe and sound in Wisconsin, with her online boyfriend Nicholas Godejohn. She was walking, she was healthy. She wasn't disabled at all. That was when the truth unraveled, and a case of murder turned into a national psychological horror story. Gypsy Rose was born in 1991, and from a young age, her mother Dee claimed she suffered from leukemia, muscular dystrophy, epilepsy, vision and hearing problems, developmental disorders, and a long list of other illnesses. She said Gypsy had the mental capacity of a 7-year-old. Dee shaved Gypsy's head, put her in a wheelchair and fed her through a feeding tube. She homeschooled her and isolated her from the world. They moved frequently, from Louisiana to Missouri, especially after suspicions arose. Dee convinced doctors, charities, and neighbors of Gypsy's fragile condition. They received donations, trips to Disney World, a home from Habitat for Humanity, and widespread sympathy. She forged medical documents and invented illnesses that didn't exist. Gypsy kept in the dark, believed some of it too, until she grew older and started realizing the truth. Her mother controlled her every move, beat her for questioning things, and threatened her if she ever tried to speak out or run away. Dee kept Gypsy infantilized and dependent to keep up the ruse, and to keep the sympathy flowing. Around 2012, Gypsy secretly got internet access and joined a Christian dating site. There, she met Nicholas Godejohn, a man with mental health issues and a disturbing fascination with violence and BDSM. The two quickly became romantically involved online, often role-playing dark, fantasy scenarios. Gypsy confided in Nick about her abuse and the lies her mother told. She begged him to help her escape. They devised a plan, not to run away, but to kill Dee. On the night of June 10, 2015, Godejohn traveled from Wisconsin to Missouri. Gypsy let him into the house while Dee slept. She hid in the bathroom, covering her ears, while Nick entered Dee's bedroom and stabbed her 17 times with a knife Gypsy had provided. They then fled the scene with some stolen money. Gypsy, free for the first time, posted on Dee's shared Facebook account a chilling message to draw attention to the crime. "That bitch is dead." When police traced the IP address from that post, they found the couple in Wisconsin 2 days later. Gypsy was walking, healthy, and mentally far more capable than anyone had believed. What at first seemed like a kidnapping case was now something far more complex. A tale of Munchausen syndrome by proxy. A rare disorder where a caregiver fabricates or induces illness in someone under their care to gain sympathy and attention. Dee had spent years abusing and manipulating Gypsy, turning her into a medical prisoner for personal gain. Public sympathy shifted dramatically. People were horrified by Dee's abuse and questioned whether Gypsy should even be punished. Yet, murder had still occurred. In 2016, Gypsy pleaded guilty to second-degree murder and was sentenced to 10 years in prison. She was eligible for parole after serving 85% of her sentence. Nicholas Godejohn went to trial in 2018. His defense argued that he was mentally ill and manipulated by Gypsy, but the jury saw his actions as deliberate. He was found guilty of first-degree murder and armed criminal action, and sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole. While Gypsy was punished for her role in the crime, many saw her as a victim of long-term abuse who felt she had no other way out. She gave multiple interviews, including an HBO documentary titled Mommy, Dead, and Dearest, where she explained the psychological prison she lived in. From behind bars, Gypsy expressed remorse, not for her freedom but for the violent way it was achieved. She said that even prison felt more free than living with her mother. In 2023, after serving 8 years of her 10-year sentence, Gypsy Rose Blanchard was granted parole and released. She began a new chapter of her life, speaking out about abuse, control, and survival.